Ready to go!
Alrighty, ladies and gents, welcome to another breakdown video. Today's video is going to look at two athletes that are very prominent in the world of arm wrestling right now. They're not due to face each other later this year, but they are both scheduled for their own matches respectively. Michael Todd and Ermes Gasparini, of course, is who we are talking about. And today we're going to have a look at a match that happened 3 years ago for them. And it highlights a couple of very interesting points about both of them. The match was an absolute showstopper. Ermes Gasparini put in a performance that a lot of people did not expect him to be able to do. I do remember hearing Michael Todd after this match make comments like, Ermes Gasparini's hand is the best and strongest hand I've ever felt. It's very interesting. This is Ermes from 3 years ago, Michael from 3 years ago. Both of them have obviously significantly improved since then. We look at Ermes, he's looking like, I think Ermes has added probably 10 to 12 kilos since then. Michael, I think, is in the best shape of his life. I'm not sure what his body weight is, but easily in the best shape of his life. But let's have a look at this match. Let's break it down and see what each of these guys did on the day that really stands out in a technical sense. And it highlights a couple of things that are very impressive and are relevant to their upcoming matches. All right, let's take a look at the match. You see the slip happening straight away there. Ermes Gasparini on the right with the hand control. Straight away, hand control, looking for press, testing for press as Michael Todd using back pressure pronation as its last ditch defense. But there it is, straight up first round. A pronation based transition to the press and pin, the legitimate pin for Ermes Gasparini. Round two, they're off to the straps again. Once again, Ermes Gasparini with hand control. His back pressure pronation combination is sufficient to get access to significant side pressure. Michael Todd underneath, but still his pronation and back pressure surviving in that defensive position for the moment. Ermes Gasparini climbing and surging, testing, climbing, surging, testing, climbing, surging. He's coming forward for the press. He's just trying to get enough height in the hand so that he can get enough down pressure on to make Michael Todd have to stand up. You can see Michael Todd's wrist starting to get back a bit. There it goes, 2-0, Ermes Gasparini. Off to the straps one more time, a different camera angle here. You can have a look at Michael Todd's defensive game here. You can see Michael Todd low down. He's gone on more of an offensive drive here. Ermes Gasparini, again, not getting the same opportunity to regrip in the center of the table. This time the regrips are happening further on the defensive nature. So that's going to put more fatigue into Ermes Gasparini's arm. Ermes Gasparini, you can see looking for those regrips, but as I was saying, they're much lower down, so he's not able to get a significant height over Michael, and that's going to gas Ermes' arm more. All right, there's another elbow foul from Ermes. I'm not sure. You can see Michael there look for the press. His arm's obviously getting tired. The fact that he's looking for the press early, he probably smells blood in the water on Ermes Gasparini's arm, but his arm's getting tired. Ermes again, using the same method that has worked in rounds 1 and 2, looking for the press. But you can see center table is starting to go more and more towards Michael. The press is getting harder and harder to access from Ermes Gasparini. And Michael Todd, there's another, there it is, another elbow foul. All right, same again, Michael Todd going on more of the offense here. You can see Ermes Gasparini putting in the big efforts to try to hit and break the wrist back of Michael Todd. But Michael Todd with his arm dominance starting to come in there. The wrist goes back on Ermes then when he tries to get the flop press. Flop press not working, and Michael Todd slowly but surely taking the match steadily towards his side of the match. Ermes Gasparini with a big hit there, potentially a pin. It was as Michael was transitioning into a press, but they get another elbow foul and they start again. Once again, it's Michael Todd with the offensive arm drive and Ermes Gasparini in control of the hand and wrist, but the arm, again, it's holding center on Michael's side of center. More elbow fouls, so it's 2 rounds apiece now. Michael Todd, again, same story. Ermes Gasparini putting in a gallant effort here to try to get that hand control that he did in round 1 and round 2. But the back pressure of Ermes is fatigued to the point where he's unable to do that. Michael is now in control. Ermes resting somewhat, looking for an opportunity to try to re-establish a more effective offense. Michael fishing for the pin. Ermes Gasparini hitting. Michael elbow fouling on that last one. And they're off again. Ermes Gasparini really desperate to get this win here. Doesn't want this match to go the other way. It's 2-2 right now. Ermes Gasparini hitting. Elbow fouls again. Michael Todd looking for the press. Another elbow foul. Elbow fouls everywhere. I think they're both on the elbow foul here. Next one loses, basically. So Michael Todd setting in for the long haul, not looking for offense, looking for just to outlast Ermes right now. And Ermes Gasparini elbow fouling. So Michael Todd ending up winning that one 3-2 without actually ever pinning Ermes Gasparini. It was just on a number of elbow fouls. So that right there is a match that highlights a couple of key points about both of these guys. And they're both very complementary points. First of all, Ermes Gasparini. His back pressure and pronation and finger containment is potentially the world's best. It probably is. In this style of arm wrestling, I believe there's no one out there better than Ermes Gasparini right now. He took control of Michael's hand and wrist from a short arm. Normally and typically and historically, the only people able to do that are people like Devin Larratt, but who has a much longer arm. So Ermes Gasparini to do it from a short arm position in rounds 1 and 2 and get the pin, very, very impressive. On the other hand, Michael Todd, what is impressive about this match for me is that his arm power and his staying ability, his ability to just not be pinned is truly phenomenal. Because you look at Ermes Gasparini having the hand control and not having a long arm, he has significant power there. There is honestly, I don't think there's another person on earth that could lose their hand and wrist to Ermes Gasparini and not be pinned. It's truly phenomenal that Michael had the ability to still win the fatigue levels in terms of the arm power and in terms of the balance for center. Michael's ability to do that is just truly phenomenal. So Michael is that kind of guy who is just, he's so hard to finish. The reason he's monster Michael Todd is because it's an absolute nightmare to pin the man. So both athletes there, even though that match kind of ended in a non-event, it was technically, the win was Michael's, but it was a bunch of elbow fouls. You can see the smile on Ermes Gasparini's face as that match ended. He knows that he put in a good performance. He knows that he shook the world up with that one. So ultimately, I think it was a very, very solid performance by Ermes, and it was a good performance by Michael. It showed how strong he is in that defensive nature. What does it mean for these two guys going forward into their respective matches? Ermes Gasparini to take on Matt Mask. The bigger version of Matt Mask, or the taller, big version of Matt Mask, is very different to this opponent here today in Michael Todd. But Ermes Gasparini, in the form he's in, it's going to serve him very well. And Michael Todd, of course, we know is facing Devin Larratt. So that ability for his arm to simply never go down. Will we see that in his match? I don't know. Either way, I enjoyed this match. I went and watched this match again today. It's been some 3 years since I've done it, because it really does show me a lot about what's going to go on in these upcoming matches. All right, guys, hope you're well. Hope you enjoyed that one, and see you next time.
Yes, that's a man!